Hello. In this demo, we will see how to protect Google Anthos Kubernetes cluster workloads such as namespace and persistent volume claims, PVCs, using PowerProtect Data Manager. Before proceeding with data protection, let's briefly explore the Anthos cluster setup. In the Google Cloud Kubernetes cluster section, we have a cluster named App Team. These are the details of the cluster. The cluster has 4 nodes, 1 control plane, and 3 worker nodes. For persistent storage, we have Dell PowerFlex, which is integrated into the cluster using the PowerFlex CSI driver. We see the storage class provisioner csi-vxflexos.dellemc.com. This indicates that we will be using the PowerFlex storage class for our database applications in the cluster as persistent storage. Let's connect to the cluster from the command line interface. These are the nodes on the cluster: 1 control plane and 3 worker nodes. As mentioned earlier, for storage class, we have PowerFlex for persistent storage. For this demo, I have deployed a PostgreSQL database on this cluster. We'll be using the PowerFlex storage class Postgres Storage for our PostgreSQL database. We see the namespace PostgreSQLDB in which the PostgreSQL application pod is running. Let's get the namespace details. We see that the PostgreSQL application pod PostgreSQL-0 is running. In the PVC, we see the PowerFlex storage class Postgres Storage. Let's connect to the pod to access the application. We are now connected with the PostgreSQL database. For this demo, I have created a sample database called employee_details. This is the sample table that I have created on this database. Let's now protect the corresponding PostgreSQL database PVC and namespace with PowerProtect Data Manager by logging into the PowerProtect Data Manager UI. We have DDVE integrated with PowerProtect Data Manager as primary protection storage. From this infrastructure, we select Asset Sources. We see that the asset sources with the name Google_Anthos, which is my Google Anthos cluster. I have already integrated the Google Anthos cluster with PowerProtect Data Manager using the cluster service account token. After the integration and asset discovery of the cluster is successful, the namespaces and PVCs are available as assets for protection. To continue our demo, let's protect the namespace PostgreSQLDB and its respective PVC, which has our PostgreSQL database running. Let's create a protection policy to protect the respective namespace and PVC. We select Protection, then Protection Policies. Click Add, then enter a name for the protection policy. Select the asset. Enter the primary backup details. Review the summary and click Finish. The protection policy configuration is now in progress. Now that the protection policy configuration is successful, let's perform a manual backup. To do that, we select Protection, then Protection Policies. Select the protection policy and click Protect Now. Now we can monitor the backup job from the Protection Jobs page. The manual backup is now in progress, so we'll wait for the backup to complete. Now that the backup has been completed successfully, let's verify the protection copy. Select Restore, then click Assets. Select the namespace. Click View Copies, then select the storage target icon. The protection copy is now available and ready to restore. We'll now perform a restore for these PostgreSQL PVCs from the backup copy to a new namespace and verify the data. To start, we click Restore. Then select Restore to Original Cluster. Next, we select Restore Namespace and select PVCs. Select Restore to a new namespace. Enter a name for the new namespace, then click Next. Select the PVC, review the summary, and click Restore. We now see that the restore job is in progress. Let's navigate to the cluster CLI and check to see whether the namespace has been created. We now see that the new namespace, PostgreSQLDB-restore, has been created successfully. Let's go back to the PowerProtect Data Manager UI and monitor the restore. The restore is now successful. Let's verify the same from the cluster CLI. Let's get the new namespace details. We now see that the PostgreSQL database pod is running. Let's connect to the PostgreSQL pod and check the database and table on this new namespace. Here we can see that the same database, employee_details, and the respective table that was created on the original application pod belonging to the old namespace is now available with the restored namespace. This confirms the successful backup and recovery of namespaces and PVCs that are available in Rancher Kubernetes clusters using PowerProtect Data Manager. For more details about this topic, see our PowerProtect Data Manager for Kubernetes technical white paper and refer to the PowerProtect Data Manager Kubernetes user guide. Thanks for watching this demo.